Out of the thin air appears a magic hole, and in comes 3 alien parademon creatures followed by U.S. Air Force fighter jets. The fighter jets are going down, and Captain Steve Trevor is burnt by the fire-breathing alien. Somehow he shoots it, but ends up crashing into the deep ocean. Fortunately, Captain Steve is rescued at the very last moments by the Princess of Themyscira, Diana. After some time, a wounded Steve wakes up in a royal chamber in Themyscira. He is still drowsy, and Diana explains his situation. Steve is startled seeing his burn wounds, but Diana calms him down after explaining the purple healing rays will heal him eventually. When Captain Steve claims that he needs to warn the U.S. authorities regarding the alien attack, Diana explains that he will not be able to leave since he will be imprisoned for landing foot in their sacred island. Steve is taken away by the Amazonian guards. Steve is imprisoned by the order of Queen Hippolyta, and the young man is trying to talk his way out from his cell guard. "Nice try, Captain." Princess Diana comes to the jail cells suddenly, and even the prison guard is caught by surprise. Diana knocks out the guard and uses her bracelet to open the cell gate. Then she goes on to smash the cell wall open and takes Captain Steve by one hand and flies out of the prison. She intends to assist Steve escape into the man's world, but Steve insists that she stays back. Diana says it's her destiny to answer the call from the man's world, according to their legends. Suddenly, surrounding the royal guard, in comes Queen Hippolyta herself and confronts Diana for her crime. When Hippolyta demands Steve's re-incarceration, Diana draws her sword in retaliation and hence begin the battle between the mother and the daughter. The queen is far too skilled for Diana to handle, and she falls at the mercy of her mother. Queen Hippolyta grants her one last chance to resent her actions. But Diana takes off with Captain Steve Trevor, and it's quite sad to see the queen retreat back with tears in her eyes. Diana and Steve sail the sea with a special ship of Themyscira, which is guided by the stars and magical powers. They go beyond the borders of Themyscira and into man's world. Steve Trevor introduces Diana to a famous archaeologist, Dr. Capitalis, and Diana stays with the doctor and her young daughter for a while. The rebellious daughter of Dr. Capitalis is finding it hard to live up to the expectations of her mother, and Diana notices this. Diana tries to be of emotional support to her, but it seems it's not the right time yet. Finally, Diana dresses up in her superhero costume and presents herself to the mother and daughter. Captain Steve explains that Diana is ready to change things and start her work, and even the doctor and her daughter is surprised but wishes her good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Princess of Themyscira, the one and only Wonder Woman. In the middle of the city, Diana is busting criminal gangs and punching the bad guys left and right. She is on the phone with Captain Steve while she is saving a lady from a thug. Diana flies to Steve, but she is feeling a bit down, feeling homesick. Steve takes her inside their headquarters, and they meet Dr. Julia Capitalis, her old friend, and it seems Julia's daughter, Vanessa, is in trouble. Vanessa is trying to sell an ancient artifact to a criminal gang, and she is at an abandoned warehouse all alone. The criminals show up and demand the artifact from her, and Vanessa argues with them for the payment. Just then, Diana breaks in and saves Vanessa from the firing soldiers. The leader tries to escape with the artifact, and Diana has bigger problems, as Gigantica has come alive, and she has to battle this 20-foot monstrosity. It's not easy for Wonder Woman to attack a giant monster of a woman, but she is an Amazonian. She does not bow down to anyone. We are treated with a superb power show, and Wonder Woman brings down Gigantica after delivering punch after punch. But unfortunately, Dr. Julia Capitalis has been shot and dies in the arms of her daughter. Vanessa is furious and blames Diana for the death of her mother. Although Steve comforts her, Diana is taken aback by the unfortunate death of her friend Julia. The duo pays their last respects to the late archaeologist, Dr. Julia Capitalis, at her grave. Vanessa watches the funeral from a CCTV footage while coming to an agreement with the criminal gang to avenge her mother. Julia's house is put on sale, and Diana carries the photograph of herself and Vanessa from long ago. In an undisclosed location, Vanessa gets into a scanner chamber. The system activated and codes plunged into her body, changing Vanessa forever. All the way in Korak, 2 armed vehicles enter a heavily guarded premises. A man gets off from the vehicles and demands money for an illegal exchange from a strange person who was waiting for him. It seems like an all-improved Vanessa who is working for Dr. Poison and Cyber. now does their dirty work as well, since she kills the man without any hesitation. Diana is training hard, destroying robot soldiers in their headquarters when Steve and their assistant walk in. They have found the location of Vanessa, and together with Dr. Poison and Cyber, they are transported powerful biotech weapons. They decide to attack the location and seize the transportation. Diana and Captain Steve Trevor are provided with a secret, invisible jet to fly out and confront the criminals, and Steve is just overjoyed at being able to fly an aircraft again. Diana is honestly happy for Steve, and actually she is happy to share little moments with him as well. The criminal gang is loading their biotech weapon into the aircraft, and Dr. Poison learns about the arrival of Diana and Steve Trevor. Cyber orders Vanessa to confront the duo while the aircraft takes off from the hangar. Vanessa is more than ready to meet her mortal enemy. It just begins like that. Vanessa is no longer the kid she was. In fact, she is now the Silver Swan. Diana tries not to harm Vanessa, but it proves difficult since she is throwing a barrage of strong killer punches her way. Finally, Wonder Woman manages to knock her unconscious, and they readily take her to an all-secret high-tech lab of Veronica Cale, the young and quite notorious scientist. At Veronica Cale's laboratory, they put the unconscious Vanessa in a safety chamber, but Veronica delivers the bad news. It seems there's a mutant virus inside Vanessa, which is replacing her human form with a metallic monster form, and it cannot be stopped. Diana comes with a plan to take Vanessa to Themyscira and cure her using the purple ray of healing light, but the problem is, Diana cannot remember the location of Themyscira. Veronica directs them to the former office of the late Dr. Julia, and inside, they spend hours before coming to a proper lead with the historical research work. They find the temple of the goddess of mazes. Without thinking twice, the group, now including their tech genius Ita, takes flight to reach the ancient temple. At the entrance of the ancient temple, hidden deep within a maze of caves, they are confronted by Cheetah, sent there by Dr. Poison. While Diana engages with Cheetah, Steve and Ita run inside the temple to reach the center pedestal, crossing the maze. Diana fights with a ferocious Cheetah, but the Wonder Woman easily emerges victorious after trapping Cheetah with huge boulders. But Cheetah is just getting started, it seems. She injects a bio-serum provided by Dr. Poison and transforms into a monstrous cheetah creature just like that. The tables have turned, and it's impossible even for Diana to keep up with the speed of Cheetah. She cuts Diana to her left and right while making her defend all the while. Meanwhile, Steve and Ita run into the maze trying to figure the way out, but they meet an unexpected guest, the Minotaur, guardian of the maze. The bull just blasts its way through everything, and the duo narrowly escapes his horns. They trick the bull into crashing through all the walls, going straight into the center. Diana opens the back hangar of the jet and pushes Cheetah inside and closes the hangar. And now, the playing field is equal since there's nowhere for Cheetah to run off to. After tying up Cheetah with her lasso, Diana flies off to join the other two at the center of the maze. Diana whispers her request to the fountain and drinks the nectar water from it, expecting an answer. In return, she gets a set of images in her head like a flashback, but not the location of Themyscira, sadly. When the bull charges them back, Diana knocks down the pedestal and frees the poor creature from his bond. The bull, being grateful, offers himself eternally for Diana, and they name him Ferdinand. All of them retreat to Veronica's lab, and even Veronica is surprised of them being ambushed by Dr. Poison's gang. Veronica does superb research work within minutes with Diana's information and locate where Themyscira is situated. Quite impressive, to be honest. It seems like Dr. Poison has already hacked into Veronica's main system when she overrides it and commands Vanessa to come alive and fight them. Dr. Poison and the criminals are going after the Amazonians after learning its location from Veronica's research. The Silver Swan wakes up and takes out Diana, crashing out of the building onto another. They fight with fierce force this time, and Vanessa has an essence of vengeance in her mind. Diana tries explaining to her, but she does not listen. Meanwhile, Steve, Ita, and Veronica are trying to escape the incineration process of the building, and Diana returns to save them just in time. She makes it extra dramatic to save Captain Steve anyway. Diana doesn't waste time in preparation for war, as she knows it's going to go down soon. Along with Steve and Ita, Diana suits up to go to battle against Dr. Poison and the criminals and defend the might of Themyscira. It's good to see Ferdinand making dinner, though. They jet off to Themyscira, and on the way, Ada urges Steve to talk to Diana and make her feel okay. Diana and Steve talk for a while, and at the end, they share a romantic kiss, celebrating their love for each other. They reach the borders of Themyscira and see the kingdom gates on fire with Dr. Poison's aircraft firing down missiles at it. Vanessa is ready to engage with Diana and the company, and Dr. Poison unleash their latest bioweapon on the Amazonians. It's Medusa. I regret to inform all of you that it's going to be an uphill task from here on. Medusa is going to unleash hell. Diana is yet again going head-to-head with Vanessa the Silver Swan. This time, Vanessa is not going anywhere until she finishes Diana. Now here comes the twist. The very first thing Medusa does after emerging from her chamber is to kill Dr. Poison and Cyber. So much for the effort coming all this way, just to get killed by your main weapon. Medusa announces her arrival. Going one step ahead, she even injects the serum into her and becomes a giant as well. Now with just one look, she turns 10 Amazon warriors into stone. Diana manages to put some sense into Vanessa, but just then, Steve shoots at Vanessa from the jet, and she goes tumbling down along with Diana. Diana sees all her Amazon sisters running away and some turned into stone from the incoming giant of a creature, and she cannot believe what she is seeing. Diana has to defend Themyscira against the giant Medusa. The Amazon princess does not hesitate to take the sword into her hand to go to battle against all the odds. Queen Hippolyta orders her guards to close the palace doors and retreats back to the castle while her daughter is battling the ancient creature, Medusa. Now this is a battle for the ages, guys. Medusa with all her might and powers cannot actually best the Wonder Woman. Diana has the power of will and belief, where not many are able to master, and with her courage, she stands up each and every time she takes a hit. Diana is even bitten by Medusa's poisonous snakes, but the thing which gives her the most pain was when Steve was turned to stone by Medusa while trying to defend Diana. She couldn't save her love, Captain Steve Trevor, but Diana does her best to save Vanessa, as she is too weak to hold against the might of the Medusa. Medusa tries to enchant Diana by looking into her eyes, but Diana does not give in. She takes the head of a snake from Medusa and burns her own eyes with its poison, so she won't be able to look. That is just unbelievable, and that is the most brave a person can ever be. All hail the Princess of Themyscira. She is going to battle the monster with all her might, and she literally can't see anything. This opens the eyes of Vanessa. The Silver Swan joins her real sister Diana, and side by side with one mighty blow, the Wonder Woman slays the Serpent Queen, Medusa. Vanessa hugs Diana, who is blind and full of bloody cuts and bruises all over her body, but proud as a lioness. Everyone turns back to their human form, including Diana's lover, Captain Steve Trevor. The Queen hugs her daughter. She cannot be prouder of her than today. Diana asks the Queen only one favor: to save Vanessa. All three of them, Diana, Steve, and Vanessa, are given the purple ray of healing, and all of them recover. Diana regains her sight back, and the Queen rallies the Amazonians around her daughter as they welcome the companionship of man's world to Themyscira. Vanessa comes, and Diana is ecstatic to see her all well, saved by the Amazonian powers. All hail Princess Diana, the one and only Wonder Woman. Soon after the ceremony, Diana flies back to America and confronts Veronica Cale, who has been the real mastermind behind the operation and seems to be just because she was jealous of Amazons and Wonder Woman. Pathetic. Diana leaves her with a good message and warns about coming up against her people, as she is the new champion of Themyscira. Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice day.